But anyway, yeah, that was all it was, just a stare down. Anyway, moving on. Another weird segment. Sean and Ray are walking down the hall, and that music that usually leads in the segue to the commercial break is playing. But then Sean says, "Stop the music, stop the music," and Sean's like, "Oh, I've taken this walk with Hogan, Jannetty, blah 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 blah," and and he says that he's actually nervous along with Ray, and just thinks they should take it one step at a time, walking that out with Ray. I'm like, okay, is this supposed to be funny? Is this supposed to be a joke? Like, what the frig? Then Sean talks to Dolph Ziggler, who I'm surprised he's still employed. Um, are we going to see him wrestle soon? I'm just saying. Well, speaking of which, when's Gregory Helms actually going to wrestle? Um, again, it's just weird segment. Like, I don't get Sean. Okay, one week he's all pissy and moany about Jericho. The next week he's having fun with Triple H, making fun of the fact that his wife got beat up. In my opinion, it just takes away from the whole angle. Then the next week after that, he's lost his smile. And now he's goofing with Ray. Like, the continuity of Sean's character has really gone downhill. So I really don't know what to make of this situation. So I don't know. Anyway, so we get the match. It's Ray and Sean versus the Miz and John Morrison. Really good match here, actually. I really like the continuity, the tag team continuity with Sean and Ray. They did a good job working together. Surprising ending. Morrison and Miz get the win. It was Ray did a 619, and Miz ran into a super kick. But then when the ref was distracted with Ray on the apron, Morrison hits a super kick. Miz covers Sean for the win. I was shocked. I was legitimately shocked, which just goes to show DX can't put anyone over. Okay, they need a Ray there as well to be his partner. I mean, again, I don't get that logic because Ray's not even the one who did the job, but it just seems that way to me. I mean, I read into these things a little over analytically, but I don't know. I'm just saying, All right, we got yet another over baby facing open mouth insert meat missile John Cena video. Anyway, after that, Jericho cuts a promo on the back with Stephanie, saying that Cena winning would cause total anarchy in the company, plus among the fans, and that the only way that the sanity of Raw can be held together is by Jericho winning or keeping the belt. All I can say is that was freaking awesome. Jericho's promos are almost beginning to sound like Raven. Okay, seriously, and I love Raven promos. I love Raven, like Raven on the mic. Long before he started suing companies for his own problems. Anyway, coming up next, CM Punk cuts a promo. Kind of dull, really, which is weird because I've seen Punk cut promos on the indie circuit, and he's much better than this. Hence why I know for a fact he's reading from a script, because there's no way he was ever this dull, even in his early days. I've seen a lot of his stuff. He's never dull. Okay, yes, his promos aren't amazing or mind-blowing, but they are always interesting in the indie scene. Really? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, Punk says he's gonna make Orton pay. He says unlike Orton, he hasn't never had anything handed to him, and he says ever since Orton booted him in the head, just everything's been downhill. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, Punk's not on TV the 1 week, and he's back the next. In main eventing, I might add. Yeah, Vince's logic, folks. Vince McMahon's logic. Hence why wins and losses just don't seem to have the same effect anymore, and which is why the product is all over the place. Anyway, enough complaining about that. Kane cuts another ridiculous, horrid promo, just a bunch of verbal BS, blah, blah, blah. I don't take orders from anybody. I'm a torturer. I'm a monster, blah, 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 blah. I wish Kane would just shut up and go away and take JBL with him. He was talking to JBL during this whole segment about them being on a team together at Survivor Series. I don't care, really, about either of these two anymore. They are past their prime. They are not good workers. They are subpar at best. They can't even be carried anymore. Kane is just nauseating to watch. JBL is just freaking annoying now. At least he was somewhat watchable back in the day. Anyway, moving on. They have a match with Crying Time. Crying Time gets buried again. They lose. What happened was Kane did all the work. JBL blind tagged them, did the clothesline from hell, and ran off. Yeah, real smart psychology there. Piss off your partner this Sunday. Obviously, JBL knows nothing about Kane. That's what this storyline proves to me. Again, continuity, people. Whatever. Anyway, yeah, who cares? Let's not push the young talent. Let's keep pushing these two douchebags. Moving on. Backstage segment. Kofi Kingston and Evan Bourne are talking. Knox comes in from behind, beats the crap out of Kingston. Then knocks Bourne down, and Bourne begs him off while Knox whacks his injured ankle with a crutch. Crowd, dead, silent. Take the hint. Anyway, got a lot of anger in me today. Sorry about that. Again, and people calling Knox, they're comparing him to Bruiser Brody. I don't even think, like I said, you can't even compare him to John North, the Berserker. To even put Knox in the same sentence with Bruiser Brody, it's like putting Heath Ledger's performance in The Dark Knight in the same sentence as Kate Hudson's in My Best Friend's Girl. Are you kidding me? Anyway, whatever. Next up. Okay, William Regal cuts a scathing promo in the States saying they have no class like England and England's more respected. Nice little heel promo there by Regal. Matt Hardy comes down. They're ready to square off to build up their elimination match this Sunday. After about 2 minutes, they both get counted out. Lame. A match with the magnitude of these superstars, it could have been an excellent match, but I guess we'll never know. Anyway, moving on. Chris Jericho comes out. Sorry if I keep saying moving on too much today. I'll try not to be so repetitive. Jericho comes out, cuts a promo saying how John Cena shouldn't be the centerpiece of Raw. The centerpiece should be the champion. Jericho does have a minor point there. Not saying that, Cena shouldn't be the centerpiece because he is a top babyface, but at the same time, more attention should be paid to booking wise. I mean this as from a booking standpoint to Jericho as well. And I think that this promo did just that. It did just that. It made Jericho the centerpiece as a champion. I think Jericho's a fantastic champion personally, fantastic heel champion, which is why I'm glad he's still the champion and not the big roided up animal guy. Anyway, next up, the main event. CM Punk and Randy Orton in a lumberjack match. Right away, I knew how this was going to end. Punk gets distracted like he always does, and Orton hits his finisher. Lo and behold, I was right. The match itself, pretty good. They teased, just usual lumberjack fare. Orton and Punk did okay, I guess. Nothing fantastic. This should be a pay-per-view program. Okay, honestly, I think Vince has dropped the ball with Punk almost more than he's dropped it with RVD. I'm not kidding. Granted, I know it's more glorified with RVD because he was a lot more popular than Punk. But still, I mean, I don't know. Punk's just the guy who they've just screwed up with from day one, if you ask me. Well, actually, no. Day one was actually probably his one shining moment. But regardless of that. So, yeah, and this is the thing. I know wrestlers get distracted, okay? It's a part of the sports entertainment biz. And I'm used to it. But it happens to Punk so much that from a psychology standpoint, you would think Punk would realize, hey, this is happening a lot and it's costing me matches. To me, and again, I'm just being over analytical here and probably speaking from a Smart Mark standpoint, I'm sure other hardcore Smart Mark fans would ever just think Punk looks like a freaking dumbass. Which to me he does. He's just been booked to look like a freaking dumbass here. Again. He always gets distracted and the opponent always hits his finisher. And this has always happened with Punk constantly. I'm not saying the bookers are intentionally doing it, but they're just not obviously seeing the damage it's doing. So, Orton wins. Him and Batista tease a confrontation. The Lumberjacks brawl. And Michael Cole, of course, closes with trying to be like JR. Good God, is this what it's going to be like at Survivor Series? Actually, I made that up. But regardless, that's the lead into Survivor Series. It sold the show well, but again, just a lot of weird segments, just a weird show. It just goes to show the direction they're headed is not good at all. Again, however, the show was a step up from the last couple months. Again, everything leading up to Cyber Sunday and the last couple weeks as well have just been terrible. So yes, better show this week. Decently in this Survivor Series, but I just found out today the rating was a 2.9, 0.2 of a point down from last week. That's not good, but that's what happens when you have a guy who wasn't even on TV last week in your main event. I'm just saying. All right, this is it for the Wrestling Man. Send me any wrestling-related questions you have, past, present, or towards the future. Just any questions coming in. I'll be back. Hopefully, maybe with Impact this week. Definitely with SmackDown and ECW this week for sure. Plus Survivor Series preview and Survivor Series recap on Sunday. So thank you all for tuning in, and until next time, keep fit and have fun.